the other corner that you are struggling and that other person is not. But that is based on perceptions. And we all struggle. We all go through our challenges, the difficult times. People don't know my struggles because you don't broadcast your struggles. You simply don't. And why would you? And so people have this false notion about who I am. They don't know me. They can get to know me by simply approaching me. Come and talk to me, and they will understand who I am. And it doesn't matter what zip code I'm in or you're in. We are all one people. We are creatures of the Almighty God, and we all created the same, regardless of zip codes. People don't know the number of people that reach out to members of our administration and the length to which we go to provide assistance, but we do it.
So next question, another rumor that needs to be cleared up. Man, they count your pockets, man. They said, answer the rumor about the money that belongs to the city going into your pocket. Like, what do you say to that? You being a man that has handled big money, you're a trained, licensed accountant, correct? Professional.
Yes, I am a licensed, certified public accountant, a licensed certified municipal finance officer, a licensed qualified purchasing agent. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. And so I have all of the academic training that allows me to understand the importance of good, solid finances. And the finances of a municipality are the foundation upon which a solid budget is built. And so the idea that there's some way for me to put the money that belongs to the city in my pocket is so ludicrous. It's ridiculous. That's not how municipal governments work. There are controls in place that auditors look at and review each and every year to determine whether or not those controls, those internal controls, are strong enough and if they ought to be adjusted. And so there are no opportunities for me to walk away with the money of our taxpayers. I don't get involved with the actual collection or disbursement of funds coming into the city. Yes, my signature is on checks, but those are electronic signatures, and money that we pay to vendors, to citizens, my signature is on those checks. I do not have access to the city's finances. And so it's just ridiculous. It's someone who wants to create a scenario to make people believe that in some way I am able to pocket the monies of the taxpayers. It is not possible, it is false, and I think it's a rumor that needs to be put to bed because it has no basis in truth or in fact. And so I hope people understand that it is not possible. It is not possible. I do not have a dime of the taxpayers' money in my pocket or in anyone else's pocket. Every dime that is collected by the city goes to support services and to purchase the goods that the city needs.
This one is important. It's one that, again, like you say, needs to be put to bed. Can you speak on the ongoing rumors that you cater to one culture and neglect another here in the city of Plainfield? Basically catering to Hispanics and forgetting or neglecting or trying to push out people of color. Commercially and residentially.
Let's talk about that for a second. Plainfield has gone through many changes. There was a time when Plainfield was a majority white populated city. That started to shift in the late 70s and early 80s when Plainfield became a majority African American city. And then over the last couple of decades, there has been an influx of Latinos who decided to move to Plainfield and call Plainfield home. And at the last census, the Latino population is now the majority population in the city of Plainfield. And we have a number of Latino stores in our downtown and in other parts of the city. And I have been accused of giving money to Latinos to start businesses, to open these stores that are in our downtown, to open these restaurants. I can look into the camera and tell you that the city of Plainfield has never at any time given one dime to any Latino to open a business in our city. Let me repeat that. The city of Plainfield has not at any time given a dime to a Latino to open a business in Plainfield. What the Latino community does, and it does it very well, is that it finds a way to pool the resources of the community. A brother gets together with a sister, with a parent, and they pool their resources. They borrow from friends and family until they get $5,000, $7,000, and they open a boutique downtown. And then they continue doing that until they're able to have more stores, until they're able to multiply that $5,000 to the point where they can open a restaurant. I remember the late Wesley Horn always talking about the multiplication of the dollar. And the Latino community has figured out how to multiply the dollar with no help from me personally. And if the Latino community is able to do that, why can't we, as members of the African American community, come together and do the same thing that the Latino community is doing? Why can't two black friends, two black brothers and sisters, a black parent and child, why can't we pool our resources just like the Latinos are doing and open businesses? We have to be willing to take risks. We have to be willing to invest in ourselves and not look to other people to do it for us. So if Latinos can do it, blacks can do it. And they ought not to be the placement of blame as you see now where my administration is being blamed for giving money to the Latinos, where I am being blamed for giving money to the Latinos. That is simply not true. We are talking about a community, a culture that is very industrious, willing to take risks, willing to pool their resources in order to open businesses and become a part of the American dream. Every black person in this city can do the exact same thing. And I encourage all of my black brothers and sisters to follow the lead of Latinos, pool their resources, open businesses, and become a part or own a part of the American dream. To give yourself an opportunity to get to know me, come meet with me, come talk with me, come and understand from whence I came. Come and understand my very difficult and harsh childhood. Come and understand that I too have had to struggle, and that who you see today, the person that I have become, was informed, was influenced by those struggles that I've had to endure. And I made it a point that I would do everything I can to make sure that I lift myself up with the help of others so that I could enjoy a better standard of living. I grew up in a household without a father. I got married to my childhood sweetheart, and we have two daughters who were born at the former Muhlenberg Hospital. They grew up in Plainfield, and I made myself a pledge that I would be the best father there is to my two daughters, and that I will never allow them to go through the experience that I've had to go through, that I've had to endure as a child without a father in my life. And so I have honored that promise. I have kept that commitment. And so to the anti-Mappsters who are simply unaware, uninformed about who I am, I say to you, give yourself an opportunity to get to know who I am. Come talk to me. Give me a call and try to find out my story and why I have become the man I am today, why I have become the leader that I am. Because at the end of the day, there is a quote from a Bajan politician from many years ago that says, I'm for the cause that need assistance, against the wrongs that need resistance, for the future in the distance, and the good that I can do. I want to continue to do good, to uplift the people of our city, and to bring them together so that we could make this city the envy of cities around the state, and that the shine will come back on the Queen City. And we've done a wonderful job of transforming our city over the last 11 plus years. But the job is not yet done. And if you are anti me, I say get to know me and let us work together to continue the progress started with my administration and with the help of the team of people that we've put in place. and who understand the task that lies ahead and how to get things done, how to continue to execute on the vision of transformation, continuing to move our city forward. So this is a very important point that I have to make to anyone who is anti-me. What I want to say to you is that as mayor of Plainfield, I am the mayor for all of the people. Regardless of whether or not you are a supporter of mine, regardless of which zip code you live in, I am the mayor for all of the people. And I want every person in this city to have a seat at the table. Because by you having a seat at the table, whether or not you're a supporter of mine, it means that all views, all ideas will be taken into consideration. And you will have input into what we do as a city. So I am not the mayor for only those who are my supporters. I'm the mayor for everyone. So whether or not you're anti-me or a supporter of mine, at the end of the day, my job as your mayor is to represent all of you, to represent every ward in this city, to represent every zip code, to represent every economic strata in this city. It's not only about those who support me. It's about everyone who lives here in this city. And so that's a very important point that I want to make. I am the mayor for all of Plainfield. And I want you to be a part of everything we do in this city. Whether you're for or against me, we are all for the city of Plainfield. And that is what matters. And that is why I need all of you to have a seat at the table. So I invite you to come to the table and let us work together. Thank you.